Hi all, I wanted to film a quick video on how to set up a portable air conditioning unit and how to pick one out. I'm in the Pacific Northwest and we're going through a heat wave. So most people, if they can find a unit, don't know how big, how small, what SEERs are, what BTUs are. They don't want to pay too much and they don't want to pay too little, and it's a big investment. Some of these units can go up to $700-800 and they're heavy and they're expensive to fix. So you kind of want to get it right the first time. You don't want to get home and find out that you've only cooled off your living room by 3 degrees. So I wanted to go over my air conditioner. I'm not an Amazon affiliate, but I'm just going to film what I have in my home. I bought the Midea unit last summer, so this is actually my first summer using it. I'm in a 350 square foot room. My windows faced east, and I'm downstairs, so I'm not in the hottest room of the house. I picked out one. I went on the big side, so I went with the 14,000 BTU, which says I think 550 to 600 square feet is what they would say it recommends. You kind of want to cut that in half because that's based on best case scenarios, and most of people, when they're buying an air conditioning unit, they're in the worst case scenarios. They're in the top floor, or they have a lot of southern facing windows, or they are heat sensitive. So go bigger, but don't go over 16 to 18 BTUs unless you really need it. So 14 is a really good bet for you. My room cools off very quickly, 5 minutes or so, and it'll keep it down about 12 degrees from what it is outside. But I also took extra care and setup. So this is my SEERs versus BTUs. Now volts. If you don't know what to buy, don't buy a 240 unless you know you have a 240 plug available and it's on its own breaker. If you have a 240 plug and it's not on its own breaker, it means it's hooked up to something else as well, and you will likely, every time you turn on your air conditioning unit, you're gonna blow that circuit. So it's about $500 to have an electrician come out to put one of those plugs in. So at that point, add $500 to the cost of your air conditioning unit and decide if it's worth it. Now, so here's your options. This unit here is cooling off my room really well. I have the back of the unit, which looks like this. These are my air filters. So if something's not right, if my room isn't cooling off, that's the first thing I do, is to check to see if my air filters are clean. They just slide out. See that little knob there? Most of them just slide out. Older units, you might have to take apart the top piece here and slide your unit out. Use a compressor, use a vacuum cleaner if you need to, get them clean. Don't go and wash them and then put them back in. You might have some condensation issues. So also in the back, you're gonna notice I have one plug here and I have one plug down here. This one will be used to dehumidify my room if I was using the dehumidifier, and this one is used to drain it if my unit throws a P1 error. So I'll talk more about that in another video. The back of the hose hooks up here. Now, I took the tape off of mine, but I take white duct tape and I wrap it around the base. See how it moves here? Well, that's called air leak, and you don't want any kind of air leaks when you're trying to cool off your room. So buy the $1.99 duct tape. Doesn't have to be white and pretty. You can just do whatever color you need. Don't use painter's tape because it'll peel right off. So then this is the kind that goes to the window, and the gray strips you're seeing come with units. I went and bought extra, but I wanted to show you what it looks like before. I'm gonna put a second layer on the sides with white duct tape, because I'm showing you with the heat what happens is it pulls off a bit and causes air leaks. So my room is not being cooled efficiently. And then you can see I added a piece of tape right there because that's where one of the major air leaks come through, because that's where your hose snaps on and off. So you want to take the duct tape and line both sides of your tape with it, all the seams, and if you can see down below, see the air leak right there? Most people don't realize that it's even there. You're gonna wanna put tape all the way around the edging here as well. Now, another thing people don't think about is that the gap from their windowsill is a huge air leak. So you'll want to use either tape, which is easy, but if you're hesitant, you can buy this foam stuff at any Home Depot. It's gray, and you can just literally stuff it in there. Just cram it in there, and you won't have any kind of tape residue. Then you want to shut your curtains and turn on your AC unit. I bought these fantastic blackout curtains. They aren't pretty to me because they just look like I'm in a hotel in Vegas. And right now they're wrinkled because I haven't even taken the time to steam them. But they are the only ones that I found that are 100% blackout. So if you go to Big Lots or Fred Meyer or whatever you've got, you will see 50 to 60. Walmart maybe has 70% blackout curtains. That is not enough. You want 100% or nothing. 50 to 70 is not going to do anything for you. It's just a waste of your money. You may as well use it as a tablecloth. Get the 100%. Here's what they don't tell you on the package. You need a 1-inch rod. If you don't put a 1-inch rod up and you put a 1/2-inch rod up, it will bend because these curtains are motherfucking heavy. They're really heavy to put up. So if you're single, you might want to see if you can get one on at a time. I have 4 panels here across my 72-inch window. Because you don't, like I said, air leaks are the same thing as light leaks, and it just adds more heat to your room. So I got these on Amazon. A set cost me about $38. I think it's at $44 right now because Amazon likes to rip people off during times of need, which is just great. Anyways, you'll want a very thick rod. Get that one on Amazon too. That way you can return it if you don't like it, if it doesn't work. Make sure you anchor that sucker. So put in good anchors, not the cheap ones that comes with. Find some good anchors in your garage. The kind that screw in are really good. The kind that kind of split out and become a really good anchor are also really good. The kind that look like a cone are shit. Don't bother with them. It's just going to pop right out of your wall. Yeah, they're easier to conceal later, but they don't work. So this is my air conditioning 101. Hope you have luck finding your air conditioning unit. Stay tuned, and I will post more single lady tips. Have a great day.